It was the night before Cynthia's wedding, and her house was filled with joy, laughter, and warm music. She and her bridal girls were preparing excitedly for her bridal shower. Everything was perfect. The decorations were beautiful, the food was ready, and Cynthia, stunning and full of life, was happier than she had ever been. Later that night, she decided to step out and buy extra food for her friends. She had no idea her life was about to change forever. On her way back, a group of masked men ambushed her. Before she could scream, they drugged and kidnapped her. Hours passed, and her friends began to panic. Cynthia's number was suddenly switched off. Something was wrong. They called Ken, her fiancé, who was celebrating with his groomsmen. Shocked and afraid, Ken and his friends rushed out to search for her. They reported the case to the nearest police station, hoping for a miracle. That same night, Cynthia was found lying unconscious by the roadside. She was rushed to the hospital, and the truth broke everyone's heart. She had been raped. Ken was shattered. Cynthia's friends cried. Everyone was in pain. When Cynthia woke and heard what had happened, she wept uncontrollably. The next morning was supposed to be her wedding, but everything was now destroyed. Ken held her and tried to comfort her, but deep inside, he was filled with anger, confusion, and shame. The wedding morning came too soon. Cynthia's friends dressed her up. Despite her pain, she looked breathtaking in her white gown. But her heart was heavy, broken, empty. Meanwhile, Ken paced his room with anger burning inside him. "How can I marry a woman who has been defiled?" he said bitterly. "I can't even look at her. I feel sick." His friends tried to calm him down, but Ken had made up his mind. When Cynthia arrived at the church, Ken was nowhere to be found. His number was switched off. Everyone waited and waited, but he never came. Right there at the altar, Cynthia fell to her knees and cried painfully. Her dreams shattered in front of everyone. She ran out of the church, her wedding gown soaked with tears. Her life felt over. From that day, she vowed to find out the truth behind her attack. "I have never hurt anyone," she cried. "Who would do this to me?" Months passed. Then one day, Cynthia saw the most shocking news of her life. Ken had married Sarah, her best friend. "What? My best friend?" Cynthia screamed, trembling. She cried until her eyes burned. Sarah, the friend she treated like a sister, the friend she trusted with her heart, the friend she loved like family. Then one morning, a strange number called her. A male voice whispered, "What I'm about to tell you, I was warned never to, but I must save my soul." He confessed everything. Sarah had paid them to kidnap Cynthia, paid them to rape her, paid them to kill her. But the men couldn't kill her, so they left her by the roadside. The call ended suddenly, but Cynthia had recorded it. Her whole body shook with anger and heartbreak. Sarah had betrayed her just to steal Ken, just to take her life, just to destroy her happiness. Cynthia stormed to Ken's house. She found Ken and Sarah together, living happily as husband and wife. "What are you doing here?" they asked rudely. Cynthia played the recording. Ken burst into laughter. "You forged this nonsense to break my marriage. Please leave my house." Sarah laughed wickedly, calling Cynthia a homewrecker. Cynthia, in tears, cursed her. "Sarah, you will never know peace. The pain you gave me shall return to you double." She walked away, leaving everything behind. From that day, Cynthia became stronger. She returned to work and tried to rebuild her life. Months later, as she stepped out of her office, she bumped into a handsome man, Donald, a wealthy businessman, warm, lively, and respectful. He admired her beauty, greeted her politely, and they exchanged numbers. Soon, they became close friends. then more than friends, and eventually lovers. Donald treated her like a queen, everything she never got from Ken. Months later, he proposed and Cynthia said yes. Their wedding was grand, beautiful, peaceful, a day filled with joy. Years passed, and Cynthia gave birth to a healthy baby boy. Her life was finally full of love again. But far away, Sarah's punishment began. She had been pregnant for 2 years, yet no labor, no baby. Every hospital said the same thing. Madam, there is no child in your womb. People whispered about her everywhere she went. Sarah cried every day. Ken grew frustrated. His business collapsed. His money dried up. His life fell apart. Sarah's body began to smell terribly, and no one wanted to sit near her. Ken, disgusted and exhausted, threw her out of the house. Homeless, broken, and rotting with guilt, Sarah wanted to ask Cynthia for forgiveness, but she didn't know where Cynthia lived. So she returned to her village and lived the rest of her life in misery and pain. The curse had found her. Cynthia, on the other hand, lived happily with Donald and their son, free, loved, and blessed.